All right. Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's that 2 o'clock hour on a Friday. Spring is upon us. It's right tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow. The official day of spring is tomorrow. Getting really excited. But first of all, welcome to MCHS, the Nook 111 live stream. I'm your host, Brent Edwards, and today we'll be discussing important updates to our Return to Learn plan. Our guests today include Building Principal Dr. Swimke and our Superintendent, Dr. Lee. And as always, we will try our best to fit in some questions from you, our viewers, as we go along. So without any further ado, let's get started. Welcome back, everyone. As mentioned earlier, tomorrow is the first official day of spring. So, throwing it out to you boys right here. What kind of spring cleaning plans do you guys have at the households? Anything?
Spring cleaning plans? You know, I like to, you got to rotate the wardrobe a little bit and get some spots for some polos. But other than that, not too much. How about you?
Luckily, I'll be visiting my daughter. I'm taking the whole family. We're going to visit my daughter this weekend and going in a couple days into next week. But we're doing our floors. We're getting our floors resanded. So that might be a little dusty when we get home. We'll do some certain spring cleaning when we get back. That's for sure. Dr. Lee, how about you? Anything special?
Yes, I'm going to take my 15 white button-up dress shirts and put them in a closet and bring out my spring 15 white button-up dress shirts that I wear Monday through Thursday with my sports coat. So it's big time, exciting, big Saturday, exciting day.
It's a big switch. Yeah. Big switch.
Do you think if you have time, you're going to get to Bed Bath & Beyond?
Maybe Home Depot. We'll see.
If you know what movie they're playing to, put that in the comments. You'll get a special gift, maybe. I don't know. Well, with spring, we're talking spring as nature prepares for the changing season with new flowers blooming and trees budding out. We also have a few changes coming out after spring break that we'd like to jump into and talk about. Dr. Lee, we'll throw the first question to you. Share with us the decision to move to a 5-day week of in-person learning model and what that will look like for our students.
Sure. So first of all, we took a look at a few different models of what the next step in the progression looked like and what made the most sense. And those decisions are not made lightly. And we get information from various groups and get feedback and present those to our Board of Education. We've been discussing since all year, but moving from a 4-day a week to a 5-day a week, we've been discussing for a couple of months. And certainly we know that when we make a decision that based on what we think is best for the organization, for our students, and for our staff, we know that comes with people who disagree. So certainly we've received feedback that this isn't enough time in the classrooms, that we should let the Wednesdays remain. But it's the decision that that has been made, and it's been approved. So this will be we'll have a 5-day a week model, Monday through Friday, and students will be under the current schedule that they're under right now, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, except it will be all 5 days of the week. So we're eliminating the asynchronous Wednesday after spring break and going to a straight 5 days.
Will there be any lunches involved with this at all?
No, we will not run lunch service. It will be the same schedule as what our students are currently experiencing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay. Dr. Swimke, along those measures here, those lines, a big topic attached to in-person learning versus remote learning is that social and emotional toll it takes on our students. Share how this plays a part in supporting students.
Well, I think the more we're in school, the more we really are recognizing what the high school experience is really all about. And the high school experience has a lot to do with the courses and the curriculum that we take, but it also has a lot to do with kind of that consistency and that model of what we offer after school as well too. So moving to 5 days a week with the time that we have remaining in the year kind of completes that high school experience for our seniors, as well as get some sports and extracurriculars and all of those other types of things going as well too. The goal is to be back full go in August with all of our students and staff every single day here. So this was kind of the next logical step, with enough plans and time to work out some things for the remainder of the year, make up for some instructional loss as well too, and then be able for our kids to see our teachers as much as they possibly can. We know that the best learning takes place with our classroom teachers.
So I'll just kind of throw this out as the questions are coming in along the side there. I'm going to send this out to both of you, Dr. Lee and Dr. Swimke. Will students still be able to switch from remote to in-person learning for the remainder of the year? And if so, what are those steps for those students to finish out the year in person?
Right. So we have a newsletter that's going to come out. When does that drop today, Brent? About 4?
Yep, that'll be dropping out this afternoon. Mm-hmm.
So one of the questions that will be in there is, and Brent help me out with this, but our remote students that are currently remote right now, it's like what, 49%, give or take.
Sure.
We want to survey them in order for us to know who's coming back. So we're basically going to be able to have enough space, to take on more students, especially with the 3 to 6 foot model now. So being able to come back, we need to hear from our remote families. We're going to send that out today. When do we need that back? By March 22nd?
I believe that is correct. Yes, that's what
Perfect.
We're asking.
So they get it back by March 22nd. We'll be able to look at social distancing, overflow classrooms, anything that we might need to do, and then we'll go from there. We'll contact all the families, and then have them plan on joining us on Tuesday, April 6th. When we are thinking about an overall calendar, we have a 4-day week, the week we return back from break, with spring break ending on that Monday and then back in school on Tuesday. So I know you're putting on a new calendar, so we'll come back on an A-day, B-day, A-day, B-day. The following week which is the week of the 12th through the 16th. That is a 5 days a week for everybody, except that Tuesday is just for just for SAT. So we have some information on that. SAT will be administered on April 13th, all current juniors. It's what we call a C day, where our calendar will be asynchronous remote day for all non-testing students. And then starting the week of April 19th, we will get into the 5-day week to finish up the course of the school year. And then we'll work with our teachers to finish out when our seniors last day, and we're looking at a couple of viable options for that. And we'll get some information out to our senior families pretty soon.
That's great. That's a lot to unpack there, but we'll certainly get that out this afternoon so they can see that in front of them. And thank you for all that information. And along the sideline there, if you guys want to dive into any of those questions, feel free to take a look at it. And in the meantime, spring is sprung. It's ready to kick off tomorrow. And with that, and staying with the spring theme, we have some wonderful upcoming events that we can talk to as well. We have football that actually kicks off tonight. Who'd have thunk that springtime would be a first night for football? But it's here, and it's going to be exciting. Soccer's playing, volleyball. There's prom we can talk about. The spring musical. And I'd be remiss if I didn't include that the girls and boys bowling team just won the West Division of their conference this last weekend. So that's a kudos to them. Great job. Bowling is phenomenal here at Minooka Community High School. So touch on that, gentlemen, and how special it is to see people playing again and scheduling prom and the senior sunset, which is kind of new. Brian, Dr. Swimke, if you want to talk about that as well, and the spring musical. some great things are happening.
Yeah, it's been real exciting this spring to get out and watch our students compete, because we know that is part of the high school experience. So whether it be seeing our soccer team run around, a couple of weeks ago out on the turf, and I was able to catch some bowling last Saturday over at Echo Lanes. It certainly is a different feel. We're not back to your typical bowling event, certainly, but it was nice to see our boys competing there. Dr. Zwemke and I were able to catch our girls volleyball team last night. Had a big win over Plainfield North, fast win over Plainfield North last night. And then certainly we'll go watch some football tonight up at Plainfield East. Very much looking forward to the spring musical. It's always a highlight of ours. So to be able to have that, as it was cut short last year, as we look at a year ago today, would have been when we were struggling with the very beginning of the pandemic. So able to host our Lions Scholastic Award Night last night, where we honor the top 35 students. It's 35 students, right, Dr. Zwemke?
Yes, sir.
In the class. So very impressed about not only the opportunity to recognize those 35 students for their academic success, but holy cow, when you listen to all the activities that they're involved in, and then all of the volunteer work and helping those in need, it's really impressive to discuss or to hear those things about our wonderful student body. So just a lot of things to be proud of right now, and looking forward to a lot of great events this spring.
Yeah, and just to add to that too, Mrs. Holden, our activities director, is doing some really, really cool stuff, getting ready for senior class of 2021. Prom is booked for Friday, April 30th. That's going to be at Central Campus. She will be sending out more details next week near the end of the week. So we're excited about prom. You can mark that on your calendars. You can mark May 16th on your calendars. Lock it in for graduation. Outside of anything else, we can lock in the last day of school should be May 24th. Is that right, Dr. Lee?
I don't have my, yeah.
It should be. So we're working through that as well too. And just a lot of cool things going on. This senior sunset, I believe that's Friday, May 14th, out at the stadium. We got this big blow up a movie theater tent that Ms. Holden is taking care of. So we should have a great event for our kids as well too. It should be a fun way to end 2021 for our seniors, to give them some sort of a sense. And I know that the kids have been working with Mr. Torres and Mrs. Engel on some plans in senior class. So that's kind of cool stuff.
Nice. I mean, we have a lot of things to unpack here. That is for sure. We have some great things happening coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun. The weather is breaking nice. It's going to be, just a nice moment for our students and staff. There are a couple questions that we can throw out here. One was, let me see, it said, I just missed it. One question was, are we adding any extra days at the end of the school year? They had heard through the rumor mill that might be the case. From Carrie Schultz.
Dr. Lee, are we adding any extra days?
No.
No extra days.
Nope.
Okay. So no on that one. How about this one here? This says, can kids that are in person, can they still go back to remote if they want to?
Yeah, I'm looking at your communication that's going to come out around 4 today. If your child is currently in person, no further action is required. If at any point you wish to switch your child to remote, email Dawn Lear. She's DLEHR mchs.net, and that switch will be made. Gina is asking, is prom open to juniors? Gina, I'm not sure on that yet, but that will be a part of some communication that Ms. Holden is sharing out right in this area. So traditionally, I know it's a junior senior prom. There's all kinds of new mitigating factors on 20 to 25% indoor and outdoor, some spectator things that we're just starting to unpack this week. So we'll work on that next week and get some answers moving forward.
Yeah. Are there any other questions that you see on the side that you'd like to address this time?
Kim is asking, can current remote going in person? Yeah, Kim, we're sending that survey out. That's where we want to know of that 50% remaining. We want to go ahead and have you guys get an opportunity to come back to school here. Dr. Lee, you got anything else before we take off?
Yes, I noticed that there were some feedback as far as the 5-day-a-week model, and certainly, as I mentioned at the beginning of this, is that there are a lot of things to take into account, and certainly we understand that doesn't make everybody happy. It's completely understandable. We have received the feedback that we should be going 5 days a week, full days, that we should not be in school at all. That runs the gamut. So the decision to do this was what we felt like was in the best interest of all involved. A lot of moving pieces, and we just hope that people understand it and take it in stride.
Okay, well, as we on our way out here, we're about 18 minutes in. If there's anything other you guys, the two of you would like to say going into spring break, I know we still have a week left, but we might not be on this avenue again until after spring break. But I'd like to just say to everybody, have a great spring break when it comes along. And but go ahead if you have any last things to say.
No, I think have a great spring break. Our kids have done very well. Our teachers have done well, handling this as the best way that they can. Hang in there for another few days, take a break. It's all well deserved for everybody. And then we'll see everybody back on Tuesday, April 6th.
Great. Thank you, everybody. That's all the time we have for you. I would like to thank our guests again, Dr. Lee and Dr. Swimke, for providing the insights for the Return to Learn update. And please stay tuned to our social media channels for our next live session that'll be coming in after spring break. And until then, I'm your host, Brent Edwards. Thank you and have a wonderful spring break, everybody.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Break.
Good luck tonight.